Welcome to episode 7 for our theory playlist at Play Piano. Today's lesson is on semitones and whole tones. What are they and why are they important? Well, a semitone is a term in music used to describe two notes that are directly next to each other on the piano, and that's all there is to it. We use semitones to do things like build scales or count intervals or to tune instruments. They really are the building blocks of music. Now, when written on the staff, we really have two ways to do this. We can write a note, say F, on the staff, then we can write a semitone above it, say F sharp. Great. But this isn't the only way. We know from our studying of accidentals in episode 6 that we can actually have two names for the same pitch, which we call enharmonic notes. So we can apply this to drawing semitones. Our first example was a semitone above F to F sharp, but we could also draw that F to G flat since they are both the same pitch. This brings us to how we name our semitones. There are two types of semitones in the study of music. We have chromatic and diatonic. The chromatic semitone will use the same letter in both notes. For example, F, F sharp. The diatonic semitone will use a different letter than the first note, such as F to G flat. I tell my students to remember that D for diatonic can stand for different too, to help you think about it, a different letter name. Okay, we're going to move on to the whole tone. The whole tone is just as it says, whole, or not semi. In other words, the whole tone is worth two semitones, kind of like how the whole note is worth two half notes. This whole tone does not have any terms associated with it because in order to move a whole tone from a note, there is only one way to do it. Here's what I mean. If we drew a letter C on the staff, a semitone above it would give us C sharp or D flat, but the whole tone would bring us to D. See, whole tones aren't concerned if you use same or different letter names to get to the next whole tone away, so you shouldn't worry about that either. Okay, let's practice what we have learned in the next 4 questions. Here is an A and an A sharp. We know that these notes are right beside each other on the piano, so they definitely are semitones. We just have to figure out what kind they are. Since both notes have the letter A, then we can call it a chromatic semitone. All done. In this question, we have an E flat and an F. If we see where they are on the piano, we notice that they aren't a semitone away. We can actually count 2 semitones away. Therefore, we know it's a whole tone. Done. Okay, in this example, we have a B and a C. The piano shows them right beside each other on the keyboard, so they are semitones. And the fact that they have different letter names means that they are diatonic semitones. I hope you're getting this. We're going to do one more before we finish this lesson. For this question, we need to come up with the diatonic semitone above the note G. We know that since it is above, we have to use a different letter name. The note that we will have to use will be a type of A note. So A is a whole tone away, we will have to use A flat, which is a semitone away. So if you're able to follow along, congratulations, you're ready to move on to major scales. We'll see you in the next video.